Alright, so now it's time for the Warrior of Lights chapter, Champions of Her Will. Alright, we're getting close to the end game, guys. We started off with the Warrior of Light for the prologue, and now we're ending with him. So that's pretty cool. Meanwhile, with the forces of chaos...
All shall bear fruit in due time. The ultimate mortal conflict.
As well as the absolute end of...
Jack looks so bored.
Perhaps the only thing that is out of our reach.
Everybody besides the Emperor and Ultimecia looks so bored with this evil council meeting. Like, they don't even care. Like, I know why Jekt and Golbez might be kind of indifferent to it. Sephiroth does not care. Kefka was super bored. Everybody else was just kind of like, eh. No one was getting super hyped up for it. The two schemers of the group are the only ones who are into all this. How are they not worthy of your trust? You were the same guy! Chaos, you and Garland literally were the same person for Final Fantasy I. How much more trustworthy can a guy be than to be you?
The crystals, shining even in the depths of despair. It is said that hope can be restored if the 10 surviving warriors can take
It's
hold.
always about the crystals in a Final Fantasy game.
Now,
Only instead of 4, there's 10.
the journey begins for the warrior of light.
And now it's time for the leader of the team, who doesn't even have a name of his own. I know it's cool that he's called the Warrior of Light, but he doesn't even have a name to work with, really. I don't think anybody really addresses him by name either. Like with Onion Knight, they call him like Kid or Child or whatever, but no one actually gives a name or a title for the Warrior of Light. Must just be kind of awkward in conversation to chat with that guy. Or talk about him. I mean, he hung out with Kain for a bit. So that was cool, but... I don't know. So Warrior of Light, we saw a little bit of his combat way early on, but yeah, like, he uses his sword and his shield, so typical knight combat. I like him. I think he's cool. Although the only thing about his design that kind of bugs me is that one tuft of hair is just covering one of his eyes. It's covering his right eye. Or at least it's blocking his peripheral vision on his right side. And that's the only one. His left side, completely fine. It's just so distracting. I can see it right now.
I implore you, obtain the light that even in a broken world could never fade. The light of the crystals.
Cosmos, we have heard your wish, and we shall fulfill it. With crystals in our hands, we shall bring hope to the world.
And where do you think you're going?
Garland!
I always enjoy Chris Sabat's, voice acting.
Do you dare run from a battle?
I do not intend to run from anything.
Then let
It's
us
so
start.
refreshing to actually hear Chris Sabat use his normal voice for a combat role. Like, usually you hear him in either Vegeta or as Piccolo. Yeah, you know what? He's using his All Might voice before he was All Might. I love it. So if you want to hear an evil All Might, there you go.
Your haste changes not a thing.
Obstruct my path at your peril. Prepare. Prepare.
I'll crush you! I'll crush you! Take that!
Prepare.
And down he goes. Oh well.
My apologies. I must hurry.
You truly think that you can save this world?
That is precisely our mission.
Does the Warrior of Light not see any issue with Garland being right here in the inner sanctum of Cosmos?
What a fool.
Kicked your ass.
What you hope for is nothing but an illusion. Pursue it and it will run. You may draw near, but never obtain it.
What?
Eventually you will see the truth behind the
So are those gauntlets or are those Garland's actual hands?
betray you.
Because he has some very, like, long-ass fingernails. Oh, Sabat has had a lot of practice with that evil laugh of his, I can already tell.
Of the world, the light will always be with us.
Still, that was kind of ominous, don't you think, Warrior of Light? Whatever. It's Final Fantasy! So of course there's gonna be... Of course the villains are gonna speak ominously and kind of in riddles. It goes with any RPG. May as well be with the grandpappy of all RPGs. So Warrior of Light's story is kind of weird in that it takes place during the course of everyone's stories. Everyone's. I guess it makes sense because he's like the leader of the group, so of course he'd kind of have a bit of an impact on everybody's stories. Like, he occasionally pops up whenever there's a conflict. You know, just to help out his teammates or give them a bit of advice or an encouraging word. You know, as a team leader. That one piece of hair is just so distracting, I swear. It bugs me. Especially you, Titus. So this is after Firion got his ass kicked by Sephiroth. So this is way back in the early part of the game. So the weird bit is, Warrior of Light just kicked Garland's ass, so shouldn't he get his crystal by default? No? Okay. I guess you have to have a bit of a purpose and to beat your respective villain's ass. You gotta have both, you can't just do one. Because Firion lost his rose. That's just kind of a dick move on Sephiroth's part. Like, why would you take the man's rose? What do you have to gain from that, Sephiroth? You're just doing it to be a dick? Okay, whatever. That's how Sephiroth do, I guess. What's the point of this island if there's nothing on it? I blame Titus, he led me here. If I have an opportunity to hit Titus, I will. The long sword. Yeah, Sephiroth. Golbez is so cool. Wow, Golbez is freaking tall.
Do you miss the light?
This coming from Mr. Former Hero.
I merely have duties to fulfill.
Too close to the brightness, and you may get scorched.
You used to be a good guy too, Sephiroth. It's not Golbez's fault that your parents were horrible people. Both of them. Not just your dad, both of them. They were both awful people. Even after Dirge of Cerberus, I'm still not letting that shit go. So yeah, if it wasn't completely obvious. Yeah, Golbez was once on Team Cosmos. At some point, I guess. Then again, so was Jack, so this is not terribly surprising. Which makes me wonder, like, I don't know if they're going to do another Dissidia after the PS4 version. Like, another straight-up just RPG version of Dissidia, which would be awesome. But the story for the PS4 one takes place after this one, where everybody's pulled back, but it's like another cycle of the war. Only instead of Cosmos and Chaos, it's Materia, I forget how they pronounce her name, and Spiritus. And in this case, they throw in Noctis as the newcomer, and then they also have Ishtola and a few DLC characters, but they don't make the story mode. And apparently neither does Kain, which really pisses me off. Ugh. It annoys me. They constantly want to push Vaughn or Titus, but no, Kain doesn't get an appearance.
Seems you want to fight.
Shine! Shine!
My apologies. I must hurry.
You can do it, Fury, and kick his ass.
You fought well. Leave the rest to me.
I cannot.
But he took my flower.
Go and look after our comrades. To keep their paths to the crystals open.
But my road. Oh, okay.
A fresh one. You won't get your crystal fighting against me.
No, but thinning out the ranks certainly doesn't hurt.
Then, why do you stand in my way?
Justice.
You have injured one of my comrades.
And you want revenge, I take it. So on a whim, you would risk your life?
Let us begin and see this put to rest.
This might be.
You're not going to get much of a witty repartee from the Warrior of Light. Suffice it to say, he's the knight of the group, which means he's kind of a little lacking in personality. I mean, he's cool, don't get me wrong, in design and combat, yeah, the Warrior of Light is super freaking cool, but he does play the role of knight, like story-wise, where he's very honor-bound, like, yes, I will fight for Cosmos, for justice, and yada yada yada. His projectile attack it looks cool, but it's easily dodgeable, as you can see. Better to just go for the bravery to HP attack. But I really want Radiant Sword to hit.
Shine. Shine.
Just there you go. That's why I use a light shield to stop your shadows.
My apologies. I must hurry. Not bad at all.
Kicked your ass.
But I now realize there is only one who could defeat me.
What in the world are you...
I have one question for you. For what reason do you take up that blade?
To obtain the crystal and put an end to the conflict.
So you fight to end the fighting. You have a long road ahead. Do you really expect to end the conflict after all your battles?
However long the road, each battle brings me closer.
I think not. You don't wish an end to the fighting. You find pleasure in it. Just as I do.
Haha, I took his rose.
The Wild Rose. That must be what Furion came for.
I took it because it was funny
You
to
and I
me.
are the same. Entities befitting this closed world.
Closed world?
When he says closed world, he means it has nothing to do with the canon of the
I must
mainline
face it
games.
and fulfill my obligation.
He got away.
Yeah, you could have stopped him. You let him get away.
What does the enemy know about this world?
Apparently, more than the heroes.
No use worrying. For now, I must continue my quest for the crystal.
Probably because a lot of the Warriors of Chaos, because we haven't really seen much of their perspective, with the exception of, like, Jekt. They've been doing this probably a lot longer than the heroes have. Like, apparently they get to keep a lot more of their memories than the actual heroes do. At least from the way that they speak, like, oh, you know nothing of how this world works. Oh, you're so naive. Oh, either they're just being dicks, or they know a lot more than we know. As is normal in a lot of RPGs. Did you get my rose back? No? Oh, okay, fine. I'm sorry, Furion. Yeah, Warrior Light doesn't really want to talk about that instance where Cosmos lost to Chaos that one time. On account of Kain knocked out everybody from this current cycle. And the Warrior of Light was kind of cool with it. He was like, yeah, that makes sense. Warrior of Light kind of went along with Kane's idea, like, super easy. Like, he needed no coercion. Not really. Yeah, knock out Titus? Sounds good. Go for it. Kane just went around sucker punching everybody. It's awesome. And it won't be until Cloud kicks the shit out of Sephiroth that Furion gets his rose back. Neither do you, Mr. I'm Not Real. Titus isn't even your real name. I don't even know how you got that name. You're supposed to be... You're not even real, Titus. On a lot of levels. The most obvious one being that you're a video game character. But moving on to the other reason. No, Titus is not even... You know what? I don't give a shit if this is spoilers for Final Fantasy X. Titus isn't real. I may have already said this before. He's based off the guy named Shuyin, who has the same voice actor, the same basic, like, plot line, kind of. Like, he has the same similar love interest, because Yuna's, like, the reincarnation of this singer named Lin. And wow, this sounds really stupid whenever I say it. But, like, he was also a blitzball player. But is Jecht actually Titus's dad, or is he Shuyin's dad? And Titus is... You can name Titus whatever you want. And, oh my god, I'm putting way too much thought into this. That's what I get for thinking too much about Final Fantasy X and how stupid it is. At least the parts with Titus in it. Jecht is cool, Auron is cool. Everything else is just kind of... I could take it or leave it.
Seems you want to fight. Lightning.
Speaking of Final Fantasy X, there goes Jecht's, like, mannequin. That was quick. Yeah, in Final Fantasy, the PS4 version, it's not as easy as just level up and you win. No. There's a lot more fighting game mechanics. Although there is leveling up, but it's not in the same way as Dissidia Duodecim or the original one, where it was part RPG, part fighting game. The PS4 version is more fighting game in that you can only get like one HP attack to use, and you have to level up in order to get better HP attacks. You know, some of them are better than others. It seems like a lot of cases whenever you max out your character's level, which is 10 by the way, then you get like a really awesome HP move, but sometimes it's impractical.
My apologies. I must hurry.
Like, for example, a really good one is Kane's, as I recall. I think that one is super good from what I've seen, because it gives you like invincibility frames. But I think that there's some that are just, in my opinion, not so great.
Do you think I don't notice your presence? Why not just show yourself?
Impressive.
Ultimecia.
Your hair horns look stupid.
Where are you headed? Might you still be in search of your precious crystal?
The crystals are indeed our goal. I do not intend to stop until I find mine.
Why don't you just give up?
You
The
really?
crystals are nothing more than the fabrication of a fallen goddess.
That's your best shot?
To willingly risk your life over such things is beyond ridiculous.
You're not going to be able to do...
talking?
What?
If you have no business with me,
Are you
leave
done?
now.
Seriously,
The world's
shut your
time
mouth.
is short. There is not a moment to waste with the likes of you.
I love how the Warrior Light just completely shuts her down.
One so young. Then have it your way. It is time for you.
Warrior
to
Light
face
does not care in the
harshness of
slightest
reality.
about any of the villain's speeches. Not even the least bit. They say something like, they're trying to get into his head, he's just like, okay, you done? Good, let's fight.
And I went out of my way to warn you.
I needn't a foe's advice.
I'm going to kick your ass. I love how blunt he is. It's great. Bitter End is awesome. Yeah! It's a great move.
My apologies. I must hurry.
And also, the PS4 version of Final Fantasy Dissidia feels a lot more than the PSP version, oddly enough.
Victory means the
Maybe it's because, like, instead of having a main overarching story, you kind of have to, like, earn tokens to buy cutscenes.
Nothing you do will ever matter.
It's weird.
Your strength is not enough to save the world, no matter how hard you try.
Your deceptions fail you. I have comrades who are in search of their own crystals.
I think you're rather unaware.
What?
Those comrades that you speak of are suffering. Some do not yet know why they fight, while others stand alone, having lost faith in their comrades. When this conflict comes to an end, all you will gain is utter despair.
And now we're in
You will not find
Danganronpa.
hope. You will not find a future.
It is true. I have not yet found a way.
Must be
to
really
cross
hard
the
getting through doors with those
Nor
long
do
ass
I know
horns.
what the future holds.
Like, they look cool, but what exactly is the practicality for those?
But the future.
Anyway, back to the PS4 Dissidia. Yeah, I like it, but there are some things that I am not super stoked on. Like, okay, first off, the cast kind of like, it has some really cool additions. Like, it has Noctis, it has Ishtola, but it also took away a few cool characters. Like, it took away Tifa, it took away Gabranth, it took away Laguna.
I have only one.
Oh, look, it's the fight with Warrior of Light and Squall.
Distractions.
That hair is super distracting. God, that's so annoying. That one little, like, bang on the side of his right eye. It is so freaking distracting. Just either tuck it away in your helmet or clip it. It's bugging me so much. One little piece of hair just bugs me so much. So no, we don't actually fight Squall. We already did that fight as Squall, so it's fine. They reconcile, they both understand, yeah, we both believe in our friends, we just do it different ways. Anyway. And of course, the DLC characters are interesting. They're interesting choices. You know, instead of having Gabranth back, they put in Vayne, who... Honestly, I can scream till I'm blue in the face about putting in Balthier or Bosch, but apparently it doesn't matter. Apparently they're not cool enough. No. Put in Vaughn and Vayne. Whatever. I would have even taken Dr. Sid. Dr. Sid was cooler. Whatever. But at least for the next character they put in, it was Locke. Locke is cool. I like Locke. Locke is great. Love that thief guy. Oh, I'm sorry, treasure hunter. Yeah. Locke's a treasure hunter. He's not a thief. And then for the next character, they put in Renoa. Who launches her frickin' dog off of a frickin', like, blade launcher. Renoa shoots her frickin' Australian Shepherd off her blade launcher. How does that work as a weapon? And how is that not animal abuse? Like, sure, the dog is heavy, probably, but, like, to be used as a projectile? Wow, Final Fantasy is really stupid sometimes. Like, seriously, Final Fantasy is frickin' dumb. It's really, really dumb. Oh, jeez. There's so much goofy stuff in Final Fantasy. Like the fact that the way that Warrior of Light gets promoted, like the way that in Final Fantasy 1 that you get the ultimate job classes is by finding a rat tail and giving that to Bahamut. I have no idea what that, like, I have no idea what that entails. You slice off the tail of a rat, and that makes you cool enough to the King of Dragons to say, okay, cool, I'll give you guys a power-up. Okay. There's also other stupid, goofy stuff, like, there's all the mini-games, there's some of the wacky cutscenes, the fact that Blitzball actually exists. It's kind of why I like Final Fantasy, because it's not afraid to get stupid sometimes. Really stupid. Sometimes a little too stupid. Yeah, there's not really much to say about the Warrior of Light aside from his character design. I think it's really cool. I like it a lot. Although the more that I look at it, some of it is a little weird. Like the horns, I feel, are a bit too long. Like, I like his helmet. I think it looks cool. The horns may be a bit too long, like, in practicality sense, but I think it looks cool. The one thing that bugs me about it is that one little tuft of hair. It's that one little tuft of hair. And if I'm looking at this right, does it persist in the PS4 version? It doesn't look like it. It does persist in the friggin' iPhone game, and it also persists in that other, like, costume of his where he has a more classic look. And yeah, I think it persists even when he's not wearing his helmet. What is it with that one little piece of hair that just constantly gets in his face? But from the looks of it, as I'm recalling from the PS4 version, yeah, he doesn't have it, so thank goodness.
I haven't the time to play. Lightning!
My apologies. I must hurry.
I haven't the time to play.
Inconceivable.
My apologies. I must hurry.
What is this? Could it be chaos? Or another?
Wait.
Cosmos.
Hey, it's Cosmos.
Beyond this point, incredible danger awaits. The evils that lurk are great and many.
It is better if the foes are in one place. I may be able to find clues to the crystal.
Or you could just beat them all in one.
Between bravery and recklessness.
That's true, but the Warrior Light is kicking
There is a
ass.
difference between cautious and cowardly.
Ooh.
Even in the direst circumstances, there will always be a way. You were the one who taught me that. When all hope seemed lost for this world, you showed me the way. That as long as we do not give up, there is always something we can do. That there is hope yet for those of us who are left. I have made a vow to obtain the crystal and save the world. That vow gives me strength.
I understand your determination. Then, I shall also make a vow to believe in all of you until the end.
Oh, okay, thanks. So you're just cheering for us on the sidelines. That's cool.
That which we have all sworn to shall always be my guiding light.
I mean, kudos to Square for giving somewhat of a semblance of a personality to a character who basically had none in his original game. Like, the Warrior of Light, it could have been anyone. They could have been a fighter, they could have been a monk, they could have been a white mage, black mage, or a thief. But I think the Warrior of Light that this game is going off of is the fighter, considering that's one of his alternate costumes. And you could basically name the character whatever you want, that's why he goes by the name of Warrior of Light, I get that. And also, in Final Fantasy 1, the characters never talked. Like, your characters, personally, never talked. I think all you could do was, like, say yes or no. And that was about it. So, taking a character, basically taking a silent protagonist and making them a speaking protagonist, it's not always the easiest task. Like, where else have they done? They've done that in the SMT series, which I think is super intriguing. I have not played SMT 1 or 2, but I have played 3 onward. So what they did with the Demi-Fiend is, they don't let him talk until, like, the DLC for SMT4 Apocalypse, in which he's, like, super cocky and he's just kind of, well, as he should be, because he was fighting, because he's basically, like, one of the most powerful beings in that series. I'm going to cut this short a little bit. In the Digital Devil Saga, he comes back and he's, like, the strongest super boss ever. And that's going off the assumption that he basically decided to choose the ultimate chaos route and side with Lucifer. So, that's an interesting way to take the character to its most logical extreme. But then for Flynn, from SMT4, whenever you're playing as Nanashi, or when you're basically playing as Dagda's champion, Flynn just kind of has the stereotypical, like, hey, we are the hope of the world, and mankind will rise above both the forces of order and chaos. Because mankind has the potential to do anything. Again, it's not the easiest task to give a personality to a character that basically has none. I do like the personality they gave to the protagonist of the Persona series. Like in the animation for Persona 4, Narukami is kind of just like a very deadpan snarker. Although he's a bit more like stereotypical, like, friendly guy in the fighting games and the dancing games, as he should be for Team Leader. Persona 3's protagonist is kind of really mellow. And I had not seen the Persona 5 animation yet. I probably should.
My apologies. I must hurry.
That was quite the performance. But I believe you owe us now.
Excuse me?
It's thanks to your antics that we lost that Bart's character.
Oh, okay.
Bart? What was he doing here? But wait. It is very much like him to escape in the midst of this mayhem.
He runs away a lot.
He is a lucky one indeed. But surely you must be aware by now. Victory is unobtainable for you in this battle.
You keep saying that, but I keep kicking your asses.
The light should not go to waste. What would you say to using your powers for me? Your loyalty will not go unrewarded. Your search is over. This crystal shall be yours to keep.
But what would the point be if he's working for Chaos?
See, so that was your plan.
And fuck, you're fake.
Oh. So you would take your only hope and crush it?
No, he would get rid of an obvious trap.
Were they not what you were after?
Wow, the Emperor's dumb.
I have vowed to put
Their hair is distracting! It's covering his eye!
It is for that reason that I must find the crystal by myself.
You just made a fake.
It is not charity I should receive from the enemy. That was nothing but an imitation.
No.
And I suppose your determination is true.
That was the most obvious fake trap I have ever seen in a video game. That is... like... come on, Emperor. You gotta have something a little better than that. You gotta get up pretty early in the morning to fool someone with that basic bitch trick.
Shine!
Run amok. Run amok. Suffer.
Lightning!
Run amok.
I like how every single enemy is always like, oh, you know nothing. Immediately gets their asses kicked. Apparently you don't know that much either. At least about combat, because you're getting your asses kicked. Although that flare is getting annoying. Oh, he got a level up off me.
You're mine.
It's a little annoying. Ah, whatever. Fight's over. Bitter end. He got a few hits on me. Which is annoying. Oh well.
My apologies. I must hurry.
Your resolve to end the conflict is most impressive. But will you still be as determined after you know the truth?
You are fading away. You lost. Good day, sir.
Where could he have gone?
Oh, there's Garland. Hey, what's up?
Looks like it's my turn.
I was here the whole time.
Garland!
Why are you so surprised? As long as you live, I will keep coming back to life.
Oh, okay.
That is the destiny this world has chosen for us.
What it really means is, as long as this series makes money, that we'll keep fighting each other.
What you seek.
Welcome to fighting games, Warrior of Light.
Wait!
The truth behind a conflict.
The answer lies in the heart of battle. What the hell is Squall's crystal? It just looks like a bunch of pieces of glass.
Cosmos said was, they would give us hope.
What's up? Nothing. Was that a phantom?
Getting a little ominous now. Well, I mean, Final Fantasy never ends because it's never the final one. Although it's just a new story each time. Although I'm gonna go ahead and assume, like, unless Dissidia pulls in some massive sales, I want another Dissidia game. I do. I want this series to keep on going and keep on going strong. It's just, you know, compared to other fighters, I don't know how competitive Dissidia PS4 can be.
You should have seen it. Just in the nick of time to save the day. And then I bumped into you guys shortly afterwards. And that, my friends, is my story.
Haha, no one cares.
Coming with us?
No one cares, Titus.
Guess what? The story continues.
No one cares, Titus. No one cares.
the wild rose. I guess that's my one and only answer.
A flower.
That's what you call your princess?
No. He's not answering the question. Zidane has a girl, and Firion has a flower. The monkey has a love interest, and you have a flower, Firion. Wow. Wow. I keep saying Kingdom Hearts, but wow, Square Enix really likes using those words, don't they? Light, darkness, heart, destiny. I get their basic, like, concepts for a JRPG or an RPG in general, but come on. Like, it gets a little repetitive after a while. For once, I would just like it if the heroes didn't utilize the power of light, or the villains didn't utilize the power of darkness. And if heart wasn't a frickin' deal breaker for saving the world. Just once. Just once. It wasn't like, I want one instance of where it wasn't like, it was because of our bonds of friendship, or the power of our hearts, or the light within us, or the light of justice that burns within us. No, it was just, no, we were stronger and we kicked their asses. That's all. Through a combination of lying, cheating, and stealing, we won all of our fights. And we beat the final boss. By lying, cheating, and stealing. Eddie Guerrero style. Just once, I just want to see a group of assholes win. Even Dissidia. Even Dissidia, a game series where a lot of your protagonists are kind of just dicks. They still do the, like, power of heart and teamwork and all that stuff.
Seems you want to fight. Bathe in the light.
My apologies. I must hurry.
So you've come.
To learn the truth and put an end to the conflict.
Your foolish efforts amount to naught. We are trapped in eternal conflict. A cycle of battle without end.
Battle without end?
Indeed. As the conflict between the gods carries on for all eternity, so our battles will also be repeated forever and ever. That is the truth of this world. We cannot escape this fate. Far better for you to rid yourself of any hope. It is time for you to accept the cycle and embrace combat's grim pleasure.
Garland's really getting into this.
I pity you.
Pardon?
Bitch, say what?
Bound by the chains of destiny and steeped in despair. And for that, I pity you. Indeed, we have repeated our battles time and time again. You could say that we have been caught in the cycle of battle. But now that I know the truth, I can overcome it.
Cut your hair. My goodness, that is distracting.
You can defeat me here. But that would only be another step in the cycle.
Whatever destiny the world may hold for me, I will never give up. This battle shall come to an end, and I shall save you too.
You save me. I have heard enough nonsense.
All right. Garland's sword is so freaking cool.
This is the cycle of battle!
Sabbath's really getting into it.
We will never come to accept one another. We shall always be in conflict!
Destiny ends here.
End it, if you can.
See, this fight cutscene is a lot more evenly matched than a lot of the other ones, where some of the heroes got their asses kicked. And also, one other thing, Garland's transforming sword makes a lot more sense than Cloud's transforming sword from Advent Children, where Cloud just like pulls swords out of it all day. Garland's sword just transforms to a hammer, an axe, a chain whip, a friggin' dual swords. Like it's all just one big old mishmash of blades all jammed in together. Also magic.
My apologies. I must hurry.
This light.
That was easy.
The crystal.
So you have obtained it. The crystal holds the power to sever the shackles of time.
Then it has the power to bring this conflict to a close.
And even put an end to the gods' existence.
What did you say?
What would happen to the gods if all the crystals were gathered?
What are Garland's earrings connected to? I don't see his ears.
If its cycle of conflicts was suddenly broken.
I know there's a lot more pressing matters ahead than Garland's earrings, but still.
Could foresee the bedlam that awaits. We shall meet again. In the near future.
On the PS4.
The cycle is not yet over. I will have to face Garland again. Unless we win the real conflict. But...
But hey, we won. Yay! Everybody got their crystals. Good work, team.
Is everyone all right?
Of course. It was a piece of cake.
So now we all have our crystals. We should get going.
Yes, let us hurry. Cosmos is waiting. No matter how many times darkness threatens to swallow the world, the light will always be with us.
Yeah. So, the Warrior of Light never really went through a conflict of sorts, like, not through a conflict of personality or ideals or anything like that. He kind of just stayed tried and true.
Last hope left to the world.
Which is appropriate considering he is the leader.
Having overcome the limits of fate, the 10 warriors finally reunite. Crystals in hand, and hope in their hearts. With Cosmos' wish realized, the battle is about to enter a new phase.
Emperor's talking awfully big to his boss. Yeah, because you're not very subtle about it, dumbass. The guy who has a literal snake on the top of his head. Go figure. He can't be trusted. Why doesn't Chaos just kill him? Like right here. What would that do to your plan then, Emperor? You know, if your boss, the god of discord and chaos, just frickin' killed you. You're popping off but you're popping off a lot to the god of discord.
It is all an endless dream, yet still. The fantasy must come to an end.
Ah, almost like it's a Final Fantasy. And now it's time for a cutscene I had to skip every time, considering I was playing on New Game Plus. We all got our crystals. We did a good thing.
Let's end this fight. Here and now.
Why does my crystal look like Therian's?
No. It has already been settled.
Wait, what? What does that mean? Why are you turning to fireflies? What the... Well, what the...
Your fate is to fall into true darkness.
What was the frickin' point of this whole damn quest? Oh, this is bad. Then what was the point of the whole quest if we were just gonna fail? Cosmos, you're a dick.
Cosmos!
Oh, it's Satan. It's just Satan.
Chaos.
Yeah, what were you thinking, Titus?
For all your wandering, still you end up in purgatory.
God, Keith David's voice is so smooth.
Cosmos.
How can he enunciate like that when he has nothing but just teeth and no lips?
What they must know is
Whatever.
true
Magic.
darkness.
Your wish shall be granted.
Wait, you're granted wishes? Can we...
I will extinguish all light.
Wait, what? Oh! Okay. Cool. Awesome. Well, game over, I guess. So Cosmos is dead. Good job, team. We did all that for nothing. We did all this for nothing. Oh well.
Powerless beings fall into the shadows of despair and be gone.
Okay, so that'll do it for this update. Cosmos is dead. But hey, there's still more story. So, until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next update. Until then, see ya.